The most expensive thing you will ever own is a closed mind and a fragile ego. In 2026, we are living in the flex economy. We see the private jets on TikTok, the rented Lamborghinis on Instagram, and the designer logos in every thumbnail. We've been conditioned to believe that wealth is what you spend. But today, we're performing a psychological autopsy on the most important finance book of the decade, Morgan Housel's The Psychology of Money. Because the truth is, wealth is actually what you don't see. And if you don't master your mind, the market will master your life. Welcome back to the Wealth Library. If you're new here, we're distilling the world's greatest financial wisdom into survival guides for the modern era. We don't do hype, we do reality. If you want to stop being a victim of your own impulses and start building a fortress of freedom, hit that subscribe button. You are one insight away from changing your financial trajectory forever. Now, I want you to go to the comments right now and type the word silence. Tell me the most expensive thing you bought just to impress people who don't even like you. Let's get honest. Morgan Housel's A Violent Truth is simple: spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. It sounds obvious, right? Then why is the average person in 2026 drowning in high-interest credit card debt just to maintain an image? We've confused richer with a wealthy. Being rich is a current income, it's the flashy car and the expensive dinner. Being wealthy is the suppressed desire to spend. Wealth is the cash in the bank that hasn't been converted into a depreciating piece of metal or a status symbol. Wealth is the silence of an account that gives you the power to say no to a boss you hate. Here is the psychological trap. Your brain is wired for loud poverty. We are tribal animals. We want to show the tribe that we are successful so we can climb the social ladder. But in the 2026 economy, the social ladder is a scam. The person driving the 2015 Honda with $1 million in a brokerage account is a king. The person driving the 2026 Range Rover with a $40 balance and a maxed out Visa is a slave. One has options, the other has obligations. Housel teaches us that doing well with money has a little to do with how smart you are and a lot to do with how you behave. You can have a PhD in finance and still die broke if you can't control your ego. Let's talk about the man in the car paradox. When you see someone driving a Ferrari, you don't think, wow, that guy is cool. You think, if I had that car, people would think I am cool. No one is looking at the driver. They are only looking at the car as a mirror for their own desires. This is the ultimate futility of the flex. You are spending your lifeblood, your time, to buy a status symbol that people only use to fantasize about themselves. You are effectively paying for someone else's daydream. In 2026, the real flex isn't the car. It's the freedom to wake up at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday and decide you don't feel like working. That is a luxury no Gucci belt can provide. Again, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who realized that room to be wronged is the most undervalued asset in the world. Most people are optimized for perfect conditions. They assume the job will always be there, the market will always go up, and the car won't break down. But the psychology of wealth is about the margin of safety. It's about having enough boring cash that a 2026 recession is just a sale on stocks, not a personal catastrophe. Wealthy people don't aim for the highest returns. They aim to be unkillable. They want to stay in the game long enough for compound interest to do the heavy lifting. The 2026 economy will punish the proud and reward the patient. If you want to be wealthy, you have to be okay with looking at average while your bank account looks the extraordinary. This was episode 2 of the Wealth Library. For episode 3, we're going back 4,000 years to the richest man in Babylon to see why the oldest rules of money are the only ones that still work. Before you go, I have a challenge for you. Find one loud expense in your life, something you buy just for the look, and delete it this week. Put that money into a boring index fund and feel the power of silence. I'll see you in the next chapter.